So we have Justin Rose here displaying some of these characteristics that we see in all great distance wedge players. So first thing is just look at his equipment, right? That club is really, really clean. The grooves are clean, and more than likely he's going to have a premium golf ball there. So those are actually really important keys for being able to generate good friction and enough spin on the golf ball to produce this low flighted spinning wedge. When we have a look at his setup now, notice how his stance is quite narrow. Okay, so remember that's going to help him stay nice and centered in his backswing. We don't want to have a huge amount of lateral motion away from the ball in the backswing. So if I put a line through the center of his torso here, you'll notice in his backswing there's no lateral motion away from the target there. So that narrow stance is helping him keep nice and centered in the backswing. Now as he makes his downswing, we want to increase that lateral motion. We're going to get more weight into his lead side in the downswing. So you'll notice his left hip there crossing this red line. So there's that lateral motion. He's really putting more pressure now into this lead foot. And that helps him create this great impact where he'll come in and it will be able to have that slightly lower dynamic loft. Okay, and we'll get this sort of shape at impact. So we want to create that good dynamic loft with good body motion rather than trying to manipulate it with the hands. We want to use our body pivot to create this good impact. But then from here on out, it's very important now. If you watch his hands, they'll start to actually move up now. Okay, so he's not staying down on the ball. Once we're going through impact, we're going to start extending up. So you'll see his lead leg there start to extend, and you'll see his left shoulder as well. His left shoulder is really pulling up and back behind him. And that's really going to help shallow out the attack angle. And it's going to create those really good launch numbers to have got controlled distance wedge. So by the time he gets into halfway into his follow through, you'll notice his body is in that great fully extended position. And he'll have that sawn off follow through for really good control on those wedges.